Welcome to another year. It's the year 2025. We're in another year, the year 2025. Grateful to the Almighty God that despite the ups and downs of 2024, we made it. We made it into the new year. Welcome to the Help We Need podcast, where we explore topics that empower women and support their well-being. I'm your host, Fumike Murunkeji, and I would like to wish all my listeners a happy and prosperous New Year 2025. I sincerely hope for good health and renewed vigor, every one of us this year, so we can chase our dreams and turn them into reality. So it's so good to be back, and I would like to encourage every one of you to let go of the hurt, pain, and others we could not overcome in 2024. Yes, we had challenges in various ways and in various forms. We also had some good things that we are happy to connect back on. And I'm sure for every one of us, those things, whether big or small, are there. And those are the kind of things that we need to continually look back upon, be grateful for, and set our hearts on a new chapter for 2025. So I would encourage each and every one of us women on our podcast to collectively look at this year as a year of new beginnings, a year in which we practice being joyful, not just saying we hope to be joyful, but looking for ways that we can enact joy by being intentional. As we learn from our mistakes, we work on strengthening our weaknesses, we explore new opportunities. Why not? We seek support and are brave and courageous enough to ask for help when we need it. And we raise our hands as well and support one another. And of course, we learn to celebrate our victories, whether they are big or small. So, the New Year's resolution. And what does that look like for us on our podcast for 2025? Now, I know most of us are familiar with the word New Year's resolution, if not all of us. And to be honest, I think it's been overused because sometimes it can be nerve-wracking because of the experiences we probably have gone through. And for some of us, we may fear failing again, or we're unsure what to work on, or not know how to maneuver effectively in the new year. But I have good news for you, because that's why we're in a community. We're in this community, Empower, the Help We Need podcast. And our goal is to help one another along in our journey for 2025, because obviously we cannot do this alone, so that it becomes not overwhelming, but something that we can brace ourselves up to face the challenges, and so make it easier for one another. So please look out for my next episode, where we're going to be talking about setting realistic goals for 2025. Now, how do we get ahead on our podcast goals for 2025? And I know for some of you that followed me so far, you're obviously used to the topics, you're used to our style of approaching conversations, and obviously it's a platform where we're seeking to educate, where we're providing awareness, but importantly, where we're lifting each other up. So for 2025, one easy way that I'm looking at us proceeding on our podcast journey for this year is to start from simplicity, okay? So we are going to be having some important or taking some important steps, but we're going to be taking it in a way that is not overwhelming. So on every episode, my goal is to ensure that we work on the important things. We take on the big undertakings that we have in mind, but we start with breaking them into smaller goals so they're easier tasks, and we're able to accomplish it in a way that doesn't feel a bit overwhelming. And I'll be honest with you, last year, there were points where I felt like, can we do this? Or points where, trying to reach out to guest speakers. And it sort of was not that easy to be able to get certain people on our platform, to speak on certain topics. But we made it happen. Yay. We were able to achieve what we were able to achieve. And looking forward to what we will do, maybe even better for 2025. And I would also like to let you know that this journey involves you. So I encourage you not to just listen to the podcast or the episodes, but contribute. Contribute to the discussions, share your comments for the episodes that maybe appeal to you, provide feedback on what you would like for us to do better or maybe differently. Just share your thoughts, share your insights. And I would also like to encourage you to raise your hands so that you can be part of our community of helpers. Based off, obviously, our topics, you know that on this podcast, we do have 5 discussion pillars, right, on which our podcast is anchored. We're looking at self-development. We're looking at talking about topics around career. We're looking at talking about topics about our health. We're looking at talking about topics around family and obviously our faith. So these are topics that we hold dear because we feel like it sort of speaks to the very essence of who we are as women. So if you have an idea or you have insights or experiences or stories to tell, please raise your hands, reach out to me, and let's have a conversation. Now, regarding feedback, I would first like to thank all of you for contributing, or for those of you that were able to, because I know most of you wanted to, but because of the year-end activities, some of us were not able to get to that. And I appreciate you all the same. But more importantly, for those of us that were able to really contribute, I want to say thank you for your contributions to the year-end video collage. And for some of us also that gave our insights on the poll questionnaire. Thank you. I hear you. And some of those comments, just for the general view or just listening pleasures of all of us, what did they look like? Yeah. They looked like some of us love to have us continue on discussing health-related topics, as it impacts women. Some comments or feedback also were connected to having us talk more on our self-development and career-related subjects and getting us engaged more in conversations, right, with other women where we're supporting healthy family living for single and for married women. So these are helpful, and it also affirms that the topics or episodes we did roll out for last year is making an impact in your lives. And I would really like to thank you for letting us know. So this year, we will aim to continue improving on our 5 discussion pillars, like I mentioned earlier: self-development, career, health, family, and faith. My ask: I would like to use this opportunity as we begin the new year to encourage all of our listeners, and that means you, to continue following me on this journey by not just listening, but also subscribing to my YouTube channel and my other channels. You can follow me as well, because I think it's really important. There are a lot of people listening to our content, but the subscribers are not matching up to the influx, obviously, of people that are listening and, gaining perspectives from our platform. So my ask really is to have you subscribe. Please subscribe and spread the word. Share. Send it to a fellow sister. Send it to a friend. Send it to a daughter. Send it to an acquaintance. Let people get on the platform. Let them learn from what we're sharing. Let them, evolve and be a better person for 2025. That could also be a goal that you might want to maybe work on for the year. So please, I encourage you, subscribe to our podcast, encourage others to do so as well. And I think one important thing that this does is we get to reach a broader audience, and we support more people, and more importantly, we get to have more guest speakers be comfortable or be willing to speak on our podcast. So please, I'm counting on you all to spread the word. So what does our goal and plan look like for the Empower Head, the Help We Need podcast for 2025? Good question. So we will start this year with our 2025 goal of empowering me one step at a time. Empowering me one step at a time. And you can replace me with your name. So for instance, our goal for 2025 on this podcast is to empower Funmi one step at a time. We also aim to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year. And we're looking forward to rewarding each subscriber with a gift item. God willing, we may even surpass that number. So in terms of breaking that into little goals or little milestones, what that obviously would look like would mean that we aim to have 42 subscribers per month, possibly, and hopefully by June we get to 250 or more. And then if we follow that frequency, we can achieve our 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So let's see how that goes. And I would also like to maybe just add that one of the benefits to having a larger audience includes that we would get to have more insights into topics that could expose us to new methods of, embracing different ways of surmounting challenges. So we can, it can impact our individual lives. So there's really advantage in more. And that's one of the things I am looking forward to. So also, I think it's helpful to note that please expect topics that we will be having this year to continue to support our wide audience of listeners, from young to old. So we hope to find something useful for everyone, and that's including you. So what's our theme for 2025? We aim, as we embark on our podcast series for 2025, we aim to have this theme of equipping women in the 21st century, right? So expect that we will continue to have joint interviews and solo discussions that I would be having with you on this platform to explore new ways of enhancing our physical, our mental well-being, of building up on our spiritual connection, through faith discussions, by using Bible teachings, or having women outside the Christian faith also come in and share their insights with us on our episodes. So I'm really looking forward to the inclusivity. I'm looking forward to the conversations, and hopefully that supports what we're looking at in terms of empowering women on this platform. So join our community of helpers. Obviously, this relates to our guest speakers and people we're inviting to share insights on what they know from either a career perspective, a health perspective, or maybe even family and faith. And we're also inviting our men to be a part of our platform, be a part of our stories. Fathers, our young men, to come in and share their insights. And I'm looking forward to the possibilities that we could, benefit from having our men also come in and join us and share insights on our podcast journey for 2025. And I think something that's also equally important is to note that as women, we have similar needs, right? There are experiences that they're universal, and we are more than equipped. We don't necessarily need a degree. Those experiences sometimes surpass having a degree or a master's or what have you. So we are more than equipped. There is no limitation to what we can achieve on this platform. We're more than equipped to support one another in our life journeys. So I invite you once again, reach out to me. If you have a compelling story that you would like to share, please do not hesitate. Let's connect, let's have a conversation and see what we can do with your story. It is my hope that your insights, your stories, your experiences will inspire our women community to be better versions of ourselves. That's really the fundamentals, right? So please feel free to reach out. And it's also important to call out that as women, our aim is not to be silent. Silence is a showstopper. Let's not be quiet about our issues. Let's learn to speak up. We hope to be able to do that with this community in a way that is inclusive and in a way that is empowering and in a way that we're respectful of one another so that we can continuously, help each other to maintain our dignity and self-esteem. Our community is for all women, and we intend to cheer ourselves along and encourage one another. So no matter your religion, no matter your faith or where you come from, you are welcome on this platform. So, in closing, be ready. Stay tuned. 2025 will be a good and rewarding year for all of us as we work together to make it worthwhile. Expect to be changed by changing your perspective and your willingness to learn. And then be ready to change others by taking action to empower that fellow sister, that fellow daughter, that fellow niece, that fellow grandmother, that fellow mom. Whether you're young, whether you're old, it doesn't matter. And this way, we get to impact, we get to make an impact that truly matters, and we get to spread more joy in 2025. In our Empower Her, the Help We Need podcast community, we, extraordinary women, our circumstances don't define us. No, the value comes from within. We're united by a higher purpose, and this purpose extends beyond us, and it extends to lifting other women up. So we are destined to succeed. There's room for everyone to embrace their individuality. There's room for everyone to win. Again, thank you for listening to the Help We Need podcast. Stay tuned for more episodes on living your best lives. Until our next episode, stay empowered and remember to empower.